Hello, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel where I make pharmacology simple for everyone to understand. Are you one of those people who would like to know what it would take to ensure that the medications you are on work the way they are supposed to work? What does it really take? Is this something you are missing? Is this something that the health professionals are missing? If you would like to know, I would want you to follow me as we look at one of the simple things that we can do to ensure that our medications work the way they do. My name is Professor Kennedy Edem Kukuya, and I'm happy to have you here. So one of the simple things we usually need is to understand instructions we are given concerning the drugs that we are taking. Most often than not, patients are given certain instructions with the medications they are given. If we follow the instructions the way we are supposed to follow them, the chances are that the drugs will do what they are supposed to do. There are some few exceptions. But when we do not understand the instruction or we decide not to follow the instruction, then we are unlikely to receive the benefits that the medications are supposed to give us. And so understanding the instruction is usually crucial. And this is why we are looking at what does it mean. So let's pick a hypothetical situation. You've gone to the hospital, your condition has been diagnosed, and you are supposed to take some medication at the pharmacy. So you see the pharmacist, he gives you or she gives you the medication, and she tells you to take the medication this number of times in a day. So the pharmacist says, take this drug 3 times a day. Take it 4 times a day. What does it mean? If the person says, take it 3 times a day, if I take it 10 a.m., 12 noon, and then 2 p.m., that is 3 times a day. But have I followed the instruction? No. What if I decide that instead of waiting to take them 3 times a day, I combine all the drugs I should have taken in 3 different occasions, and take all of them at once? So what I decided to take at 10 a.m., 12 noon, and 2 p.m., I decided to take all of them at once. Have I followed the instruction? No. Now, if you are asked to take a drug 3 times a day, the number of times in a day you have been given, say X, a day is made up of 24 hours. And so if you are supposed to know the number of times to take the drug in a day, or how many hours interval should space the first time you took the drug from the next administration, all you have to do is to divide the 24 hours by the number of times you were told to take the drug, in this case, X. And so if the pharmacist told you take the drug 3 times a day, it becomes 24 hours over 3 times. So 24 over 3 gives us 8 hours, meaning that you are supposed to space the drug 8 hourly. And so assuming you took the first drug at 7 a.m., the next time you are supposed to take is 8 hours from that 7 a.m. That is somewhere around 3 p.m. Then the next one, you add another 8 hours to it, would give us something around 11 p.m. So this is how to correctly take that drug. Now let's do it one more time. Let's assume that this time round you were asked to take the drug 2 times a day. As we know, in a day we have 24 hours. We have 24 hours in a day. And we said we are supposed to divide that 24 hours by the number of times. So we have 2. 24 divided by 2 gives us 12. It means that you are supposed to take the drug 12 hourly. And so if I began at 7 a.m., I add 12 hours to that 7 a.m., that gives me 7 p.m. So the next time I take the drug after 7 a.m. would be 7 p.m. But what is the relevance of all of this? Now let's understand that drugs are chemicals, and chemicals have the potential for good and evil. They could either heal or kill. They could either protect you or harm you. And usually, the amount of chemicals you find in the body can decide whether they would give you the benefits that they are supposed to give or they would harm you. And so let's assume that you are supposed to have taken the drug every 8 hours. That is the 3 times a day. But you decide that you are not going to wait for every 8 hours, but you are going to basically do it every 2 hours. You are likely going to overload your system with too much drugs, and this is likely to cause toxicity. And sometimes these toxic effects can be detrimental. You could even lose your life. Now, let's assume that instead of the 8 hours, someone decides that I am going to do it every 12 hours. That means that you are delaying in taking the medication. Sometimes for these situations, it means that the concentration of the drug you are supposed to have in your system, you may not be having it at the point that you are supposed to have it. So if the drug is supposed to protect you against something, or is supposed to treat some condition, it may not be able to do that because the amount at a particular time probably would be too low to do what you wanted to do. I hope this is very simple enough to understand. So let's take it one more time. If you are supposed to take a drug a number of times in a day, since one day is 24 hours, divide the 24 hours by the number of times. So if it is 3 times a day, 24 divided by 3 gives us 8 hours. So you space the time of administration for 8 hourly. If it is 2 times a day, you have 24 divided by 2. That gives us 12 hours. So the time of administration will be spaced by 12 hours. If it is, let's say, 4 times a day, then it becomes 24 divided by 4. That gives us 6. So it means that we take the drug 6 hourly. I hope this is very simple to understand. Until I come your way again, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. This has been Professor Kennedy Edem Kukia, and bye for now.